up, you cats? We back with the doo-woo sham. And this vehicle right here, y'all probably remember this from my previous videos. This is the turbocharged one. As you can see, I'm not boosting in the engine at the moment. I gotta fix my my fuel system. So whatever boost that is making, it's just blowing out into the atmosphere. Put in one of these dang on filters so it can filter the air going in the carburetor. But that's not why we're here today. We're here today because I've been having problems. With my brakes, man. My brakes is horrible. Like, I'm literally Flintstoning this bad boy to slow it down. It's to the point to where, like, I don't even try to stop anymore. I just use the car in front of me.
Oh God.
I already picked up a master cylinder. My brake pedal is going to the floor. It's real soft. Usually that has to do with the master cylinder. I already went over there to my O'Reilly boys. I checked out them O'Reilly boys, picked up me a brand new master cylinder. We go see how that go. Now, the story of the vehicle. My father had this car about 22 years before he handed it down to me. I don't know in them 22 years if he ever changed this master cylinder or even this dang on brake booster. Both of them look old as me. I've had it 20 years after him, and I know I ain't changed it, so it's about that time. But before you change the master cylinder, why, you want to check your wheel cylinders and your brake lines, make sure they're not leaking. So I already checked the wheel cylinders in the rear. They still have drum brake. They dry. The rim ain't wet, which is usually an indicator that fluid is leaking, and it's slapped all around the wheels. So the rim ain't wet, the wheel cylinders ain't wet in the back or the rear, or the front. I checked the brake lines, they not wet. So I come up here to this master cylinder, and if you look, you can see this is wetness from, whenever it was leaking. You got this light spot, all this is dark, and if you look down here, all this stuff, I don't know if you can tell from the camera. Let me turn some light on, folks. Alright, you see that? That's a lot better. All this is wet, man. So I'm aiming towards the master cylinder. Either the lid is leaking, cause like I say, it's about as old as the lady asked me if it was a Delco. I was like, I don't know, but that sounds real familiar. That's probably why it's printed right here. But anyway, this one, you don't say Delco, but I don't care. Anyway, all this is wet. You see, this is the what you call that, man, proportion valve or something like that. So it's wet back there, so more than likely this thing was leaking from the seal in the rear and running down. But it's also wet on this proportioning valve. So hopefully that's not one of the things leaking. For now, I'm gonna change the master cylinder, and if it keep getting wet, then I'm gonna have to check out this proportioning valve, and we'll take it from there. So what I did already, like, these things been on there, like I say, over 20 years. So I already sprayed them with some dang on blaster lubricant. So I sprayed them with that. I'm not even sure what size that is, but when I go to take them off, I'll let you guys know. And it looked like that the bracket for the proportion sound like somebody getting whooped on out there. What's going on, man? Sure, somebody committing a crime. But anyway, yes, ma'am.
Can I get my bike?
Okay, 1 second. I'll be right with you. The bracket for the proportion valve is in front of the master cylinder. So hopefully these lines have enough play in it to where I can slide the proportion valve forward out of the way, and then I can pull off the master cylinder. I'm gonna let y'all know how that go. I'm about to get to it right now after I get her bike. Alright, we back, and these bad boys right here happen to be a 14mm or a 9/16, whichever one will work. You're supposed to use I think they call it tubing wrenches. I don't have any. Matter of fact, I might have them, but I don't feel like looking for them. You can get away with a regular wrench, 14mm. I use this. This is what they call it, crescent wrench or something like that. Mine wasn't on there all that tight, so I was able to break it loose with a crescent wrench. Like I say, you might want to use the tools that specifically for the job, but in case you ain't got it, you ain't really gotta go and get it. just use the right size wrench to get this thing off. Just make sure when you put the wrench on, it's how can I say, it's all the way on there. Don't just put the tips on there and try to spin it. You'll strip it. Make sure it's all the way on. Slip it all the way on. Get a good grip on that bad boy and start loosening this crescent wrench just fine. You see, don't start spinning from right here. That ain't on there enough. Get it all the way on there and spin it, and you be fine, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got none of them tubing wrenches and all that good stuff, you be alright. So I got mine loose already. I'm gonna take them off. It's gonna start leaking, so I'm gonna pull it off real quick and throw it in a little oil catch thing or whatever the case may be. But whatever fluid that you leaking, especially if your car is real pretty, you got that real pretty paint on there, make sure you get this brake fluid off immediately, because it's highly corrosive and it turn your pretty paint real ugly, just how mine is. And I'm just using this for an example for those who might not know what a tubing wrench, whatever the case may be. It's a wrench that look like this. As you can see, it's more boxy than a regular wrench. Kind of look a little weird. This is what they usually want you to use for stuff like this. Of course, this is too big. It's just using it for an example, but this is what a tube wrench is. Alright, I got everything loose. Got those bolts off in the back. I'm gonna pull these out, but when I pull it out, this thing is full of fluid, at least in the front. The back one was empty, so I'm gonna pull it out. You can see it's dripping, but I don't care if my paint all messed up anyway. But I'm gonna clean the water off of it. I mean, I'm gonna pour some water on it to dilute it so it don't mess it up even worse. Just want to show y'all I got it loose and about to take it out. That one's empty, so it ain't gonna leak. This one's gonna be the problem, so let me hurry up, man. Alright, got everything out of the way. Everything is clear. This had enough play in it to where I could just slip it up, pull out the master cylinder. I poured water right here just to kind of dilute the brake fluid that fell. But if you look right here, that master cylinder was bad. You see all this fluid back here? That means that seal wasn't doing anything and it was leaking towards the rear and running down. So it's good on replacing it, because it was no bueno.
You better not put that online yet.
I'm gonna put you online.
Hey, stop recording me, okay?
I'm gonna stop recording you right now. So this is what you want to look for when you back here and you remove the master cylinder. This should be dry up in here, but it's not, because it was leaking. So that's good. Clean all this up. I'm gonna use a can of I think I got a can of brake cleaner or a carburetor cleaner, same difference. I'm gonna use that, spray all this up, get it clean, so when I reinstall it, get everything going, if it get wet again, then that means it's proportional valve or something is leaking, and that ain't good. Let me get this thing cleaned up. You see what it? You always want to match up the new part with the old part. You hear what I say? One of the O'Reilly brothers told me, "Don't bring that thing on back around here, boy." I was like, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, boss." So I matched them up, make sure everything was the same, and we gonna go ahead and slip this thing on back up in there and get this party started. Well, would you look at that? Brand new, fresh, clean part on this old, rusted butt booster. I was gonna shoot it with some paint, clean it up a little bit, but I'm gonna get rid of this booster because I plan on going disc brakes in the rear, and it come with a new booster and all that good stuff anyway, so I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna put this thing back together. I did clean it up. As you can see, it's even more rusty because I cleaned all that wetness off of it. Oh, that looked horrible. But anyway, I cleaned it up. Even on this backside where the master cylinder was leaking into the booster, I cleaned that up also and installed the new one. Now I just gotta put the lines in and we're gonna go through the bleeding process. I was supposed to bench bleed this, but it didn't come with those fittings where you put the two lines and fill this with fluid and put the lines in there and pump it for bubbles and let the bubbles and all this stuff happen. And I'm gonna do it a different way, okay? So got it on there, put these lines in, and hopefully my wife will help me bleed. But she a little mad at me because I'm supposed to be in there help clean, but you know,
ain't nobody got time for that.
Alright, so I got everything bolted up. I put these back, but loosely. They loose. We want to leave them loose. We go bleed the system. If this was already on here, you can bleed it from each wheel, but we go skip that and do it the easy way. We go bleed it from these two how can I say, these two joints right here, fittings or whatever the case may be. This one's for the rear, this one is for the front. So what we gonna do while they loose, I'm gonna have my wife step on the brake pedal and just go push air out, and then you tighten it, okay? And then once you tighten it up tight, let her pump it, you know, pump it a couple times, hold the brake pedal, and then we go loosen it. Once we loosen it, you know, the pressure go blow out and all that kind of stuff. Tighten it back up, then let her pump it. You know, the same step you would do if you was doing it from each wheel, but we just go do it from here. That'll get the air out of the system and out of this mema jamma right chow. So that's how we go do it this go around. Alright, so my son go pump the pedal while I bleed the system. Didn't nobody else want to help me, so he was like, he'll do it himself. You ready?
I want to go in the back.
Ezekiel, you ready?
Daddy, I want to go in the back.
Alright, cool, let's do this. Let's do this.
Layla.
Alright, so my son pushed the pedal all the way to the floor. Once it's all the way to the floor, you want to tighten these up tight. Alright, pump it. You just want to pump it, brakes get hard, and when you open this, if you hear that skeet noise, like air, then there's air in it. If you just don't hear that skeet noise and fluid just come out, then you good. It got hard? Alright, here we go. I'm gonna open it. You holding it, right? Alright, here we go. Listen to this one. See how it's just fluid? You didn't really hear a skeet noise, like bubbles trying to come through. And see if this one, what this one do. Both of them sound pretty good. So you do this about 3-4 times until that skeet noise go away. And then you close it back up. Then I'm gonna do mine about 1 more time, and I think we should be good. Close it back tight, because you don't want it to suck air as you pumping. Oh, I'm sorry, the dang on phone fell, but tighten it back up. Make sure it's tight where it ain't sucking air as she or whoever's pumping the brakes. All right, pump it again.
Alright.
It's hard?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Open it one more again. And keep an eye on your fluid. Do not let this fluid go empty or you're going to be sucking air in. So make sure it's still fluid in there. I just checked it before I started recording again. So we good. Then open it. You didn't hear nothing. It's just fluid. So that's a good thing. Close that bad boy back. Close that bad boy. Now you want to open the rear. I heard a little skeet out of that one, so I'm going to probably do that one more time. The front is good though. Tighten it back. Make sure it's tight. Alright, pump it again.
Alright, there.
Alright, there. Alright, so try one more thing. Oh, you out of here, nothing that time. Oh, you heard that? That's air. So the back one still needs to work. It squirted air that time, so you know. Oh, you hear that? That's air. Yeah. Alright, so the back one still needs some work. I'm gonna open the front one just to make sure. But that's what I'm talking about, that noise. You see the front don't do it. The front is fine. So I'm not gonna open that one no more. The front one's fine. You go work on this back. Alright, pump it.
There.
Alright. Let me check my fluid. Check the fluid. Alright, we still good with the fluid. Put the lid back. Hey. Open this mamma jamma once more again. Oh, squirt it again. Still got air. Close it up. I'm almost done. It's just the rear brakes got air. Alright, get your pump on. I'm sorry.
Right there.
Alright, I'm gonna open it. Hold it. You see that? It's still squirty there.
Stop getting that tape.
That's what you don't want. We need that to go bye-bye. Give me some more pumps. We almost there. You got some big legs when you get done.
There.
Okay. I'm about to open it. That's what she said. Oh, you see that? Squirt it again. Give me some more pumps.
There.
Alright. So basically you want to do this until you stop getting that squirt of air out of there. That ski. Watch it. Oh, it didn't do it that time. Let me close it. Check my fluid. Check the fluid real quick. I'm gonna pour a little bit in there. Give me 1 second. Alright, so I checked the fluid, it's still good. We're gonna open it. You was holding it?
Yes, I'm holding it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got to throw it off. We're supposed to be pumping. Not yet, though. I'm sorry. All right, give me some pumps. Pump, pump, pump. I'm going to lap it all the time.
Alright.
Yeah. If the pedal is hard, my pedal ain't been hard in a long time. You know what I'm saying? I stopped by running into other people. I let them stop me. Huh?
Hard.
Yeah, that's what she said. Oh, we got air that time. You see all them bubbles? Dang, I thought we was gonna be done. We got air that time. We need a couple more. Alright, pump it. We're gonna open it one more and then we're gonna skip this process because it's gonna be a long video. Here we go. Watch it. Oh, see that? That's air. You see all that? That's air. Alrighty. Alright, so I'm gonna skip ahead and we gonna get this going. When I'm done, I'll continue with the video so I won't be boring y'all with all this pumping and stopping the pump it, the open it, pump it, the pump it, the pump. How your legs feel? Your back. I said your legs. Oh, we got another one. Say hi, Layla. Layla. Alright. Alright, so it took us about an extra, I think we did it probably about 4 or 5 more times before we got this thing right. We good. All that brake fluid I bled out and all that. I used a water bottle down there. Just pour it in there. It'll break down that brake fluid so it won't eat your paint and all that good stuff. She said the pedal was hard, but you know. the person that drive the car the most should get in there and feel that pedal, because they know how it was. Oh, heck yeah. Woo! My pedal ain't felt like this in a long dang on time. That's solid. I just gotta turn the car on to see how it feels with the car running. But yeah, oh man, I feel good. Man, I'm gonna be able to stop now. I can patch that hole up I put in the floor to stick my feet out, and we good. So that's how you what was I doing again? Oh, that's how you install a master cylinder and bleed it from under the hood instead of going wheel by wheel. How they say you start with the furthest wheel from the master cylinder. So that'll be the passenger rear, then the driver rear, then the front passenger, then the driver front. Those would be the steps to do it if you would go wheel by wheel, but
Ain't nobody got time for that.
alright, so let's fire this thing up and see how the brake feel with the car running. Take it from there. My battery probably dead. I ain't fired this thing up in a bit. Let's see what she do. Yeah. Let's see what she do. Ooh, she worked. Oh yeah. Pedal feel a whole lot better than what it used to. Man, I got brakes now. I'm be wilding out. Okay, alright y'all. So now y'all see this thing work. It's not a prop. Fires this thing up. My tack a little lazy though. Lee, come on, bruh. Yeah. In this video like that. God bless, like, subscribe. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye.